Hi, this is Kayla from the Real World Las Vegas. Go big or go home. You're listening to Bring Me Your Torch with Jesse and Elaine.
Welcome to another episode of Bring Me Your Torch. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Elaine.
And we've got a fun episode today with our wonderful new friend, Katrina from Real World Bad Bloods. Are you excited, Elaine?
I'm very excited.
All right, well then let's get right to it. Let's give her a call. Today on our show, we have a very special guest. You can see her every week on the granddaddy of all reality shows, The Real World. Katrina Stack, thanks so much for coming on our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So before we get into things, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from? Who is Katrina?
Katrina is a 5'11", 24-year-old girl. I grew up in South Florida, but I live in Micanopy, Florida. So it's definitely like a big change from like a big city to like a small country town. But it's a lot of fun. I travel a lot. I ride horses. I hunt. I fish, shoot guns. I pretty much do it all.
That is amazing. I love the people that the Real World cast because they're so interesting.
Oh, we're all so different. Seriously.
Yeah.
So different, this cast.
Well, how'd you end up on the show? Was it like something you were seeking out, or did it just kind of end up happening?
Well, at the time, I became like recently single, so I was like, you know what? Who doesn't want to be in the real world? I saw an audition, and me and my girlfriend are like, we're gonna go out drinking to the bars, and then we're gonna go to the audition. So we walk in. It was in Orlando, so it's about an hour away from where I live, and we walk in there and there was no AC. There were so many people, and the lady hands me my paper, and it's 441. And I'm like, there's no way I'm waiting in this line. And as soon as I'm walking out, the casting director called me. She's like, wait, where are you going? And I was like, we're leaving. It's too hot in here. And she's like, but I need you to come to the back with me. And literally ever since then, I knew I had it.
What?
And yeah, so it was really cool.
That sounds like such a kind of like a dream come true almost.
Yeah, it was definitely different. It was funny. I really did not believe it at all until I actually got into the house, and then like there's cameras in your face, and you're like, "What's going on?" It was so wild.
Well, Elaine tried to get on Big Brother, but it didn't work out as well as it did for you.
They didn't grab me and tell me they really loved me and wanted me to be on the show.
No, when I like got pulled in, everyone in the back, or everyone like the people that were there, they're like, what's so special about the tall girl in boots? I'm like, you guys are so mean. Like, leave me alone. I'll see you guys later when I'm walking out.
They're just jealous. They're just jealous.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when we watch this show, we just think to each other, Elaine and I are probably about a decade, I would say, older than you are. So we really grew up with The Real World when it was pretty much the only reality show on TV other than maybe Road Rules until Survivor came around. So it always kind of has a special place in our heart. What did the show actually mean to you? Did you watch it growing up, or was it just an opportunity you thought would be fun?
No, I've always watched The Real World. I think I started watching it with Austin, Texas, with like the West and
yes.
Melinda
That's where
and
I
Danny.
live. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, really? I love Austin. So I started watching it, and I was like, okay. And then, you know, The Real World's always been like a huge part. It's always been like, you know, when you think about it, it's the longest reality TV show running. I mean, come on, it's pretty cool to be on it. And then it was season 32, and then it's been such a huge impact on my life now. Like, I would never imagine it when I'm walking down the streets and people, not the streets, but like streets of downtown area, you know, when I'm going out, people are like, are you from the real world? And they're like, we know you from somewhere. I'm like, I'm just a normal person, you know? So it's definitely weird, and it's definitely changed my life for the better for the most part.
Are they asking for your signature now?
No, they just want photos, or like, they're like, let's take shots. And, you know, Kayla, my girlfriend, was on the prior season. So whenever we go out, it's like a trip.
Oh, I love Kayla. Yeah, she's
It's
amazing.
like a 2-for-1. Yeah.
And, you know, since you brought Kayla up, I figured we were going to talk about her a little later, but we'll ask her now, how did you get to know her? Because one of the reasons you're on our show is because she gave us a big endorsement, and we love Kayla. She is awesome. We would be direct messaging each other during the finale, I think, of last season, just back and forth, trying to talk her off the ledge when people were being mean to her. Did you guys know each other before the show, or did you just connect afterwards because you were local?
No, actually, we knew each other before the show. Like, we grew up and went to high school parties together and stuff.
What?
So, yeah, it was really weird. And then I didn't know she was auditioned for The Real World And I saw on her Instagram, after I started going through the process, I was like, shut up. Like, are you really in the real world? She's like, yes. So then I went to like one of the clubs that she works at, and I started telling her about it. And she's like, oh my gosh, girl, it's crazy. Like, once in a lifetime experience. So she like gave me like, a little bit of the loops and what to do and stuff,
Who to talk
Crazy.
to on Twitter, who
But-
to do podcast interviews with, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, I know. When she told me, she's like, you guys have to, or she told me about y'all, and I'm happy about it because I definitely want to do this stuff. And I've been to a couple of speakings and stuff and whatnot. So it's been fun.
Awesome. Well, I was going to ask this question, but I'm not sure, what you can say. So we understand if they don't want you talking about it. But one of the things we've noticed on the last couple of seasons of The Real World is that a lot of the people behind the camera seem to be playing a bigger part. They're kind of breaking the fourth wall, talking to people. You just didn't see it before. Did you notice that?
That people are starting to talk to the camera people?
Yeah.
You hear the camera people talking. You kind of see, I guess, I would say behind the scenes. It's not necessarily as polished. You see the process a little more.
Yeah, it is. I just think there's so many more people. There's so many more people, and that you're asking about, like, seeing the camera people more, correct?
Yeah. When the fact that they're
like
actually, you're hearing their voice on the show now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've done that before in the interviews. I just think it's harder to open up because they brought people in with our bad blood, obviously. So you kind of, like, get caught up and, like, you don't know how to explain it because there's just so many people in the house, and then they're asking a lot of questions, like you said, to make us open up more because it all hit us so soon. But we all had an idea about the bad blood coming into the house.
Yeah, definitely. And also it's kind of, I mean, it's probably easier for them to not have to cut out the cameraman. Because everyone,
yeah,
it's just a
definitely.
free for all and everyone's just crazy. But you're also allowed to use your cell phone now. How is that?
Mhm. Well, we got house cell phones, but they monitored them, and if you wanted to talk on them, it had to be on speaker, and you had to have every person approved on the phone. It was fun. I mean, in the beginning, when it was just us 7 castmates, we call it the OGs, we all shared cell phones, so it was a lot of fun doing that. But then, when everyone came in, it was just crazy. The cell phones got a little overwhelming at times, but it was fun to have, like, to take photos, and, we were able to talk to and meet more people, guys. It was so much easier. And it was so funny because when people would get, like, photos sent, like, a lot of the guys in the house would have girls send photos, and a lot of the producers and stuff would, like, make fun of them for it. And it was funny.
Beer goggles.
It was a blast. Yeah, exactly.
They're tracking that stuff because after Chris leaked some stuff last season, they wanted to make sure that wasn't going to happen again.
Oh, yeah, they definitely. There'd be times where I'd go to, like, a different restaurant, and they'd be like, Katrina, where are you? I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm definitely turning my phone off. You guys are tracking me with this thing.
That's so sketchy.
Mm-hmm. It was weird because there was 14 members, and 14 castmates. So there was so many more camera crews, and, sometimes you'd get out of the house without a camera, and it was easy to, like, kind of think that you're getting away with things, but then they would check in on you, and it sucked because you get in trouble, but it wasn't too bad.
So also, like, the theme of this season's bad blood, and your bad blood's your sister, Anna.
Yes. Uh-huh.
What's the beef there? I mean, why are you guys fighting so much? I mean, there's a reason you're on the show.
Well, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother,
Yes.
Okay, do you have a brother or a sister?
I have
a brother?
I have a younger brother. You have an older brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, like, she's my older sister. We're 13 months apart. So, of course, we have, like, we're sisters. We argue about stupid things. The second she comes into the house, I walk in, she's like, we're already sharing closet. She's like, hey, Kiki, I started organizing our closet. I'm like, oh, my goodness. Like, this is going to be fun.
Boundaries.
Like, trust me, there was none in that house, especially with her. I would come out and, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to wear this tonight. And she's wearing the outfit that I picked out. We're just sisters. We argue a lot, but no matter what, you'll see, we are always in each other's corners. It's just never start with one of us because then you get both. It's like a 2-for-1 deal. If, like, you're trying to pick on one or the other, no, it doesn't happen like that.
Well, what happened on the MTV bio page for you guys? It mentioned something like in your mom's driveway with the police coming, and it got physical. And it didn't really get into it that much, but it was like, what the hell happened?
That sounds like the worst fight ever. I'm pretty sure, like, I took my sister's. Oh my goodness, like, we're just sisters. We're so close in age. And yeah, we had like a little altercation, and then the police were called for it. Thankfully, no one got in too much trouble, but you'll find out later in the season what really happened. But that's just like so many different sibling things. Like, we had other altercations and stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're best friends, and when it comes down to it, well, like I said, we always have each other's backs.
Hey, Elaine and I are good friends, and we know something about fighting each other every now and then. So.
Oh, yes. No cops have been called yet.
Yeah, in the driveway? Do you guys fight in the driveway, though?
No, it's usually after last call at the bars.
Yeah.
We stay in
2
the
a.m.
cab. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's
Well,
funny.
I don't know how to say this because I don't know who on the show afterwards are still friends and who aren't. So I'm just going to kind of come out and say this. Mike kind of seems like a dick to me. he got in that fight with Maserati there, like in the first episode, and then he started going at you and your sister, and he kept saying things like, "You've been in the house with us for 2 weeks. Who is she? Who does she?" And I kept thinking, "Well, she's her sister. Like, what are you talking about?"
Exactly. You just answered your own question. She's my sister. Like, trust me. Regardless, at the end of the day, my sister can be right or wrong, and I'll always have her back. Like, to get to her, you have to get through me. And I'm, she's 5'6", I'm almost 6 feet. And, like, I'm kind of, like, tougher, a little, like, I'm just not afraid of anyone, and she kind of pokes a little bit at times, but it's okay. It's all in fun, and then people take it to heart. But Mike's the freaking man. Mike's awesome. Okay. Honestly, he, like I said in the show, he's an asshole, but I love him. He's really funny because, like, if you go out with him, you'll have a blast. Like, he is so much fun. Being a roommate with him, iffy. I mean, you're living with 6 other people. Obviously, you're going to butt heads. The whole Robbie and Mike fight, blown out of proportion completely. But Robbie comes from, like, an old Italian family. He's never been away from home. So, like, I look at it now and I'm like, man, but the whole situation got blown out of proportion.
How did you like that truth or dare? Was that?
That truth or dare. I mean, it was okay. We really definitely got to know each other, aka sex positions. Like, what? Like, they were supposed to get to know the roommates? Like, no. It didn't really happen.
Sex positions. Did they show that on TV?
No, they said, like, what's your favorite sex position? That's, like, the only thing that
that one. I thought you were, like, doing Twister or something. I'm like, what?
No way. No, that's funny. But, that truth or dare game was all right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Robbie shouldn't have been that upset about, biting another guy's lip, because it really, at first I was like, oh, this is going to be really sexual and he's going to regret it. And then I was just like, it didn't really seem that sexual on any level.
It was like a nibble. Come on.
Yeah, it's 2016. It's not that big a deal. We'll get over it.
I know, right? That's what I thought. I mean, trust me, there were other cards that we had pulled and we're like, we're not doing these. Like, I got some, like, ones that are like, okay, what was it? I pulled one card that's like, do a striptease to one of the guys in here, and you have to sing the song Pony. I'm like, first of all, there's none of these guys that I want to striptease on. And it was like a 30-second striptease. So what am I supposed to do? Sing a song, take my clothes off, and dance on someone? And it was funny, but I just
how long
did
they spend trying to convince you to do that? If I were all the guys, I'd be like, come on, the card said you have to do it. You got to do it. So.
Oh yeah, the guys definitely, like, they're always like, yeah, we gotta go, we gotta do this. Like, you see, they push it a little bit, but the girls do the same thing. It was funny. If I could do it all over again, I would totally do it all over again now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best. I mean, those are memories you'll, like, never forget.
I know, it's so surreal. It was so crazy.
Well, you were pretty anti-Peter and Anna from the beginning. You seemed especially pissed off on the after show. What was the problem with Peter that you had?
Okay, just like how you said, Mike was there, going after me and my sister. Mm-hmm. Where was Peter? Like, you're supposed to be a man and you claim you love my sister and, like, not love her, but, like, yeah, you're going to do whatever, you'll stick up for her. But your best friend's attacking her while you're sleeping in her bed. Like, man up and get up and, come and defend her. Like, he's sitting there and throwing into the pot. That's what rubbed me wrong. And I was upset about that because I'm like, don't claim you're going to be there for someone and not stick up for her. And Anna had tried to go wake him up and everything, and that really pissed me off. And then it ruined a friendship between me and Mike because Peter went to Mike and obviously started saying things, behind Anna's back. And you'll see how Peter is throughout the season. I'm still not a big fan of Peter. I never will be,
I'm not a huge fan of the name Peter, to be honest. It kind of annoys me.
Oh my gosh. Please watch the after show tonight. I come up with the best nicknames, and you guys are going to die of laughter. They're hilarious.
So much of this just seems like, I want to say high school BS. Like I swear, going into the real world house just makes everybody uber sensitive. Where I think if you're just in the real world, you just kind of like get over things a little faster. I mean, I'm not talking about you. I just mean like everybody in the house in general. What do you think about that?
Okay, this is exactly how I explain it. The first 2 weeks of the house, I realized that everyone would get it was just us living there before the bad blood. Everyone would get heated over stupid little things. I was like, the little things in this house drive you crazy. So nothing really drove me crazy in the beginning. And then my sister came there. And the first thing you have to do is just, pick on my sister a little bit, and that'll drive me crazy. But that's not petty, But when someone's disrespectful, I can't stand disrespect. But then when there's people arguing over stupid eggs, like an egg, you're going to get mad about someone stealing an egg out of your, you have 11 other eggs, and you're getting mad about one egg. I literally wanted to pick up the eggs and just smash them on the floor. If I could go back, I probably would have done it.
So petty, yeah.
Well, it was only a couple seasons ago where Bruno was ready to murder somebody on the show for eating his hamburgers.
Oh my gosh. I didn't watch that season, but seriously, a hamburger? Really? No, but an egg, come on. An egg takes the crown completely.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I'll get you a chicken. You have all the eggs you want.
Exactly.
So moving the spotlight onto a couple of the other people in the house, I think going into the season, what we learned from just some of the bios and some of the background, the biggest story was probably the whole Theo Cassius thing. And watching the show, I 100% believed Theo based on both of their attitudes and their body language. But in the after show last week, it seemed like more of the cast really kind of sided with Cassius. And you looked not happy during the entire thing, and I don't even think you were voting, or they didn't show you vote. What's your whole take on that situation?
I think, okay, I wasn't there, so I don't know what really happened. There's 3 sides to the story. There's Theo, Cass, and there's a police report. Either way, I'm sure somehow they both took part in it. I'm not going to sit there and hold up a little paddle and be like, yeah, I don't partake in that. It's stupid. I'm 24 years old. I'm not going to get into family drama. I'm not going to choose sides with 2 people that I absolutely adore. It's just going to start more drama. And I believe I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I love them both. And whatever happened, it sucks because, they still have that tension between each other, but, you never know. So I was just I'm not going to participate. And that's when they asked her. They're like, Katrina, what they say? They made everyone else choose. And then I was like, no, you can't make me choose. I'm not here to play a paddle game. Sorry.
It's like Hillary Trump. Don't vote. Totally get it. No, but did you see was it Theo when he was on FaceTime?
Cassius.
Cassie was on FaceTime Live doing an interview, and the real world got on and started typing sign off immediately.
Yeah, I think he may have said something he wasn't supposed to say or gave away something.
No, honestly, what it was is that Cass's phone had died, and it just I don't know what happened, because I asked Cass about it because I thought it was so funny when I saw that screenshot, and I was like, Cass, what happened? He's like, my phone died. So the Cass and the little stream or whatever, the Facebook Live, the Facebook Live got taken down because of it, I guess. That's what I heard. I don't know. But I thought it was hilarious. Either way.
I was hoping it was something juicy.
I know. Same here. That's what I was expecting too. That's why I texted him. Because I was like, man, you are so funny. Because he is hilarious. Cass is the funniest person. And Will's hilarious too. Honestly, we have a really funny cast. Kim's funny. Lana's funny. Jordan. Anika is hilarious too. You can see where Anika and Will totally dated.
I like this cast, and I'm just going to come out and say I like it better than last season. I think it's just
Other
more
than
jovial.
Kayla, of course, we
obviously.
Kayla's our OG.
I think as a whole, just more. It's more positive.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tonight. I've already seen tonight's episode. Oh man, you will really see that I just have to tune in. It's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Well, Jesse and I we've been talking about it, and some people apparently think that Tia's accent is fake. I personally think it's real. I used to work with a lot of British people. Is this accent real or fake? What's the verdict on that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Come on, guys, it's real, obviously.
Oh my God, you're starting like these rumors. I'm like, oh my God, this is juicy. Of course, it's real, Jessie. See, there you go.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. What's other funny things that you guys have seen that you wanted to know? Anything?
It's
like the guy's game or something in the house. Oh,
yeah.
So weak.
You know, we see everybody go out, and they're always like, it's funny that just hearing the way they talk. I'm going to get this girl. I'm going to pull this girl. But
yeah,
how many girls do they actually go after until they, quote unquote, pull one, or are girls just coming because there are cameras up to them? Like, what actually happens in those clubs and bars that we don't see from behind the TV?
That's a good question. Well, I met a guy in Seattle that I met two guys off his camera, and then one did not want to go on camera, but then finally I convinced him. I was like, just go on it. And then another guy, he loved the cameras. I'm like, ew, he kind of annoyed me. He's always like, make out with me on camera. I'm like, no, like, don't kiss me. But the girls that the guys would pull, one girl loved the camera all the time because when one of the roommates left, she went to another roommate. And then she kept on she was like roommate hopping.
Oh,
so
gosh.
She loved the cameras. I know, and all the girls were so mean to her. Other girls, they were iffy about it. A lot of people wanted the camera time, or some people didn't like the cameras at all. Like, a lot of places wouldn't allow us to go in there with them. A lot of people would flick off the cameras or scream random things. One time we were out and it was our first week there, and someone literally just took a napkin after they ate their hot dog and just chucked it at Mike. They scream at him, and it was so funny because he's like, wait, did someone just throw a napkin at me? And you look down the napkin, there's mustard, ketchup on it. It was funny, but
they must have not liked him on Are You the One?
A lot of people notice him from Are You the One, though. A lot of people come up to him.
We like Are You the One, but so many of those people end up being faceless once they leave. We kind of don't remember who the heck they are until they show up on the.
I really like Devin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. I've watched him on the challenges.
Well, after last week's after show, we know now that Theo and Anika are on the challenge, and obviously our girl Kayla is on there too. When are we going to see you on there?
Oh, hopefully next time. I want to go. I really want to be called for it, but I think maybe they're waiting to put me and my sister on together because they only took one guy and one, because I reached out to them after the show had was done, and they were like, oh, we already have everyone else, but just, keep on checking your emails. So I'm going to keep on doing that.
Well, I think the internet's about it. I was looking what people had to say about you online, and people are usually so mean, but they were saying, she's tall, she seems to like the outdoors, she'd probably be great on the challenge. So
definitely.
So the internet's behind you, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely kick ass. I think I'm really tall. Amazon. Peter called me that. I just think he's jealous because I'm taller than him. But
I'm 5'11", so I'm right there with you.
Oh, girl, then you know. Don't you love your height?
I do. I would never change it.
I know. I would never change it. And then people are like, you're a giant. I'm like, exactly, because I'm taller than you. And it's usually guys that say that,
I'm 6'1", so I still got you beat.
I'm 6'1". Well, so that's taller than 5'8". Yeah, but no guy wants to be under 5'8". Come on. Poor guys.
I will tell you. I'll tell you the same thing I told Kayla, that if you ever go on the challenge, the one thing you cannot do is don't sleep with Tony. He is the worst on this show. He's the worst.
Although we all would, but don't do it.
Speak for yourself. He's already got two kids with 2 women.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, for him a girdle. No. Yeah, I see where you're coming with. No, that's just when you say 2 kids, that's scary.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly, there's good-looking guys in the challenge, but I mean, I think living in that house, after living with my roommates, I don't know if I can ever do a relationship in the house because you're just around that person all the time.
BuzzFeed, a month or 2 ago, put out this fantastic article on the challenge. It was it took me about 10 minutes to read, if not longer. It was so long and so in depth. And they basically said that if you watch the challenge, people are just so mean on there because there's nothing going on. You're so bored. You have nothing to do other than just screw with other people. And I can just imagine, how
screw
bad.
them.
Yeah, I mean, no, exactly. And you're not allowed to leave the house a lot. Like, when do you ever see them like going out? They party a lot at the house, and during the day they're just like by the pool or working out or sleeping. But I mean, in the real world house, I slept so much. I would sleep till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So back over here, it was like 7 at night. And then I would wake up and I'm like, "Hey, Mom." She's like, "What are you doing calling me so late?" I'm like, "I just woke up." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, the
The
life.
time changed, but the weather was amazing there. Seattle was so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many questions that we just never think to ask. Before we go, is there anything that we should ask you that we're not? Are we not doing our jobs and forgetting a question?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I think we've covered everything. If you guys have any questions for me, I mean, be more than welcome to ask me. I just was, can't say what I was about to say. I'll have to message you.
Well, how about this? I know you're single now. If you're a guy in Florida around the Orlando area, what should they do to get in your favor? I guess.
To woo you.
Yes.
To woo me. I mean, honestly, I used to say I liked really manly men. Like on the show, I always say, I'm like, I like manly men. Like, I like a really clean cut guy now. Like has like a lot of good style and whatnot.
So no
just be
beards,
funny.
no, you're anti-establishment, no beards.
I mean, I don't mind a beard, but I mean, just don't have to like be like gross. Like, I just like someone that smells good, like clean cut, like kind of metro in a way.
So you're saying
Weird,
you
but
like
I like
people
it.
who take showers, basically. You got that, you're covered.
Oh gosh, stop! That reminds me of the shower in the house because we only had 2 showers for 14 people.
Oh,
And I
God.
walk in the shower and I was showering one day, and everyone's like, "Oh man, I took a shower today and it smells like pee in there." And I'm like, "I'm not wearing shower shoes. Like, why didn't you guys tell me this when I walked into the shower?" Like, no, it's so gross. But I don't know. I just like metro guys, and I sound so weird saying metro.
Well,
But yeah.
I guess you'd probably have to be comfortable with your body and self anyways. 'Cause I'm sure with 2 showers, probably people walking around naked, or you're putting stuff out there that some people may not be comfortable putting out there in a group of men and women.
Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Yeah, and there's only 2 toilets. When you stand up in the shower, I was really tall, and Theo's really tall too. One time, me and Theo, she was showering one shower and I was showering the other, and I was like, "It's like, can you see me right now? Like, what?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Huh, that just didn't sound very confident right now."
That's the correct answer for him.
He's
to give.
watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I don't know. Are there any other things I haven't covered that you guys want to know? I'm trying to
Oh, you can
think.
always come back and tell us later on in the
Oh
season.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it gets way crazier. Just wait. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but my poor sister.
I like to watch some trailers, but sometimes I like to just kind of keep my mind blank, so it's brand new and I'm watching it and nothing's spoiled.
Oh yeah. Well, trust me, this season gets way crazier. Like, I'm surprised they haven't showed the craziest things. Just coming though, I promise you.
Fantastic. Well, we really appreciate you coming on. This has been so much fun. It's been a pleasure watching you so far, and we look forward to seeing you for the rest of the season and hopefully for years to come on the challenge. You'd be great on it.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me. It was such a pleasure talking to you guys. You're so awesome.
Well, that was a great episode, Elaine. Katrina just rules, and I'm so glad we got a chance to talk to her.
It was fun. I'm in really good spirits after this tough and grueling day after the election.
Well, if you need a break from the world, just remember you can find us at www.bringmeyourtorch.com. But where else can you find us?
Facebook.com/bringmeyourtorch or Twitter.com/bringmeyourtorch without the H.
No H. You can find us at iTunes, where you can give us 5 wonderful stars and give us a glowing review about how much you love our interviews, especially with the Real World cast. You can go to YouTube, where you can click on our videos and give us a couple pennies here and there. You can go, if you have a Droid, just go to, you got a Blueberry, you have
Stitcher,
everything.
yeah.
I mean, if you have a phone,
iHeartRadio.
you have a smartphone, just anything that plays music or a podcast, you'll find us on there. And after you do that, just remember that you may have come here as a stranger, but you're leaving as a friend. We'll see you next time on Bring Me Your Torch.
Bye.